From the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, this is your afternoon weather update.
Fantastic day today continues to be a fantastic weekend. After a busy few days, the sensors across the area are a little bit on the struggle bus, so to speak, but you can see the picture here pretty well here. 65 in Athens, 68 in Russellville. You can see as you live north, it does cool off a little bit, but we're still warming up. And as we head through the afternoon and evening, I think most of us will finally settle in somewhere near the lower to mid 70s for highs today. Let's take a look at the futurecast next 24 hours to see exactly what I'm talking about there. On an hour-by-hour basis, by the time we're heading through the next few hours, pretty much all of us are squarely in the 70s. Some of us maybe even the middle upper 70s. It wouldn't shock me to see maybe an 80 or 2 across the area and some of the warmer spots across the area, but I think mid to upper 70s is a decent bet as we head through the afternoon. We stay dry throughout the afternoon and evening, but by the time we're heading through about the overnight hours of tonight, notice we have some storms moving in through the early hours of the overnight and into the early hours of tomorrow morning, but I think those move out pretty quickly. They won't be a huge issue or anything like that. Perhaps just some thunder here and there. Now, as we head through the overnight hours of tonight, that front moves through because as we're heading through the overnight, we kind of get this new frontal passage and the wind shifts out of the north and we cool off just a little bit and dry out to begin our work week. As we're heading into the beginning hours of our Monday, we're probably starting out somewhere near 50, but we do warm up, thankfully, through the afternoon, even with that northerly dry, cooler air. It's only cooler, relatively speaking, because we're not cooling down in a big way. We are cooling down a little bit, though. We'll call it mid to upper 60s for highs as we head through tomorrow. So definitely a nice spring-like day to begin our work week. So big picture hometown forecast, we'll call it lower to mid 70s across southern middle Tennessee, perhaps a few patchy clouds across the area. Now, I don't think those will impact the forecast too much. I think those will only come later in the day with those showers and storms that I mentioned earlier. Northwestern Alabama, we'll again call it lower to mid 70s, but again, wouldn't shock me to see some upper 70s, maybe even an 80 here or there. With again, partly cloudy skies lingering across the area as we head over the next several hours. So big picture forecast here. This is our GFS model. This goes out. You can see some severe weather still ongoing down off to our south. Thankfully, it is none of our business here. And as we head through the midweek, we stay dry. We stay mostly clear with a few patchy clouds, but nonetheless, that high pressure system keeps us dry and keeps us pretty decent through the middle and end portions of the work week. Though, by the time we're heading through the end of the week, you see that system building off to the west there. We'll have to keep an eye on that as that pushes east with time for the chance of showers and storms in the Tennessee Valley as we get wind coming out of the south once more, so we get that warm, moist air surging into the valley, setting the stage as we head through the next few days by the end of the work week, maybe, like I said, for those chances of storms. It's spring, so again, you have to keep an eye on that as we're heading through this time of year. So let me show you the temperature trend here. You can see that cooling trend for the middle part of the work week there. It's, like I mentioned, not a really huge trend. We're not going into freezing territory, especially for lows. We're only staying in the lower 40s as for lows, so I think we're just about done with those really brutal cold temperatures for the year, but I don't think we're necessarily done just yet. A pattern change could happen. We might have another frost here or there. For the most part, I think we're squarely back into spring, warming back up, like I mentioned there earlier, by the end of the week, back into the 70s. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast, see what we have in store for the week. There's that chance of rain by the end of the week that I was mentioning, but all in all, we really don't break lower to mid 60s for highs throughout the week, so you can safely say that spring is back and with a vengeance. Thanks for watching this forecast update, and God bless.